Picking up the 2020 iPad Pro a few months ago has been a purchase I have not regretted. It's been an unmatched device for me as a creative and as a student. Because it's so much smaller and lighter than my MacBook Pro, it makes me want to take it everywhere I go. However, the iPad experience is not complete without getting some accessories for it, so today I'm going to run you guys through what I've picked up and what you should check out for your iPad. This video is sponsored by Paperlike.
Check. Now let's talk about the iPad Pro. Now, as a student, the iPad Pro has been one of the most revolutionary devices that I've currently used and have used over my years as a college student. Throughout the past 3 years, anytime I was in class taking notes or annotating lecture slides, I was immediately more drawn to my iPad Pro, as I'm always a proponent of going for the smaller, more portable options. Now, the addition of the 2020 iPad Pro has been an absolute game changer for a couple of reasons. However, the primary focus of today's video are going to be the accessories that really help shape this iPad Pro into more than just a tablet, but really provide an overall cohesive experience. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So standing alone, the iPad Pro is a really powerful device and you can accomplish so many things with this small tablet right here. However, once you start adding your accessories on, it really starts to become a more cohesive unit where you can start editing photos, edit even a little bit of video, type up notes, draw beautiful canvases. So if you are considering investing in an iPad Pro, I would definitely take into consideration a couple of these accessories that are going to make your life a lot easier. And the first one is going to be the Apple Pencil. And by far, hands down, if you are using an iPad to annotate notes, draw any sort of thing, or do any creative illustrations, then you definitely are going to need an Apple Pencil. There are a lot of things that you can accomplish with this Apple Pencil that you don't have to take your finger off the screen, and you can really just tap and point on your iPad as well. Now, real quick, since I know a lot of people are going to be asking questions about the skin, this did come from a company called D brand, where they sell these individual pencil skins that look like a number 2 pencil. So if you're interested, make sure to go check it out down below. But yeah, the fact that it magnetically sticks to the top of your iPad ensures that you're not going to lose it. And a really cool feature that I didn't know about until recently, but if you have your Apple Pencil and you're on the home screen of your iPad, you can just double tap and it'll automatically pull up a note. You can quickly create a brand new note sheet. So I definitely recommend checking out the Apple Pencil. It's definitely going to be a worthwhile investment. It's going to be great for students who like to handwrite their notes, as you're going to be able to remember the information a little bit better rather than just typing it. Now, in addition to the Apple Pencil, the second accessory that I think is going to be a massive game changer for students is going to be the Apple Magic Keyboard. Now, as you guys know, I have had this for a couple of months at this point now, but this by far, hands down, is definitely worth the hefty price tag of $349. Or maybe it's $249. Let me double check that. Yeah. $349 is definitely a hefty price tag. However, for the functionalities that you get out of having a keyboard like this, is definitely going to be a worthwhile investment, and it's going to be something that's going to pay itself off just by the sheer efficiency you get from having a very tactile keyboard like this. Now, as many of you guys know, I am an economics student. However, there are several classes where I have to type up documents, I have to type up presentations or research papers. Having a solid, sturdy keyboard like this is going to be something that's massively going to enhance that experience, because it really just feels like you're typing on a laptop. There's no other way I can explain it. It almost feels even better than typing on a laptop. So it's just a very portable, cohesive way to type out anything you need. In addition to that, the fact that the iPad just folds up like this and you can seamlessly carry this one device that doesn't add too much weight or size is honestly a game changer. Like I said, it really takes away 95% of the need for a laptop in college. The only reasons I would need that is going to be for my video editing. However, if I'm on the go, I am primarily just drawn to grab my iPad and hit the door. Now, like I said, if I'm on the go and I just want to bring my iPad, then I do have this carrying case from Louis Vuitton. It's actually from Chinatown in New York, but it's actually the perfect size for me to fit the iPad. You take the pencil off and it just kind of fits like this. And basically I'm able to leave the house with everything I need from this small portable pouch. And yeah, this is a great pickup. It's definitely not authentic, and I don't think you should be paying $400 for a simple iPad sleeve. But yeah, shout out Chinatown in New York. Now, moving on to some accessories that are really going to help shape your iPad experience, and that is going to be the Paperlike screen protector. Now, I've personally been using the Paperlike screen protector for about 2 months at this point, and it has honestly been a game changer, because like I said, I was taking a summer class and there were a lot of homework questions which required me to draw a bunch of graphs and illustrations on my iPad. And having the Paperlike screen protector made that all a breeze, because it actually made me feel like I was writing on paper. In addition to that, it's protecting your screen and it has a nice matte finish. So if you can see right here, there isn't a ton of glare that comes off your iPad, which is a huge pet peeve of mine. So I really like the matte finish, and the fact that it works so well with your Apple Pencil really genuinely feels like you're writing on paper. If you're doing any sort of illustrations with Procreate, if you're using the brush tools in Photoshop, or if you're handwriting your notes, having a Paperlike screen protector is going to be a massive game changer. And I highly recommend this if you're a student about to start your semester, because like I said, guys, it's a one-time investment, but it's definitely well worth it and will pay itself off in the long run. Now let's talk about the iPad Pro battery life. In all honesty, it's great, but it's not perfect. Meaning, if I'm using the iPad for several hours throughout the day, it will definitely hold up its charge and it's not going to die. However, it does tend to drain pretty quickly if you have it on maximum brightness. So I find myself having to charge it every couple of days, probably every other day. But there is a small hack that I found out, and this is the original charger that the iPad Pro comes with. You obviously have the upgraded power block that is USB-C. You can actually use your MacBook charger if you already have one, because this is also a USB-C connector. And so in order for me to charge my iPad super quickly, I found that just plugging this straight into the wall and into my iPad is massively going to decrease that charging time. I went from dead to fully charged in probably about 30 minutes, almost an hour, because this thing is definitely a high voltage charger. So that's a little bit of a hack if you didn't know that already. Now moving over to some other accessories, this is actually an SD card reader to USB-C connector, and this has been super great, especially when there's only 1 or 2 photos that I need to edit for a thumbnail or for a quick Instagram photo. I'm able to quickly import them into my iPad and then edit them on Lightroom Mobile. You can actually use any USB-C dongle that has an SD card reader. I just prefer to get the Apple one because these things can definitely be finicky, and I wanted to make sure I was getting the highest quality possible. So if you're a photographer or someone who edits on the go, then I highly recommend getting a USB-C card reader. It's definitely something that helps round out your entire iPad experience. Now let's talk about your listening experience on the iPad. There are 2 options that I would recommend if you are using the iPad as a student, and they're going to be either the Apple AirPods or the AirPods Pro. And the reason I suggest these 2 with the iPad is that they're very intuitive, given that they're all in the same Apple ecosystem. With the new updates that are coming out, you're actually going to be able to seamlessly switch from your iPad to your iPhone to your Mac, which is going to be a huge game changer, so you don't have to disconnect and reconnect every single time you want to listen with your AirPods. Now, which version you go for is completely up to you. I do have the AirPods 2 with the wireless charging case, and then I have the AirPods Pro. The annoying thing, you guys won't believe this, but neither of them fully work right now. I accidentally stepped on one of these AirPods, so that just doesn't work, and I lost the left AirPods. So currently I'm not able to use either of these to their full potential. However, since a lot of us are going to be on Zoom lectures in the fall, having really good audio quality as well as decent microphone quality is going to be something that's well worth the investment. And Apple is actually currently having a huge back to school sale, which I definitely recommend you guys hop on. But if you're buying a new iPad Pro or a new MacBook Air or a new MacBook or MacBook Pro, you do get a free pair of AirPods, which you can actually upgrade to the AirPods Pro. Now, a lot of you guys may be wondering why I have the space gray version of the iPad Pro when I originally had the silver one, because what I actually did is I returned the silver one and I swapped it out for the space gray so that I could still be eligible for the back to school discount. And I got a pair of AirPods Pro for Justin's birthday. So I don't know how much longer that offer is going to be valid, but if you have been on the fence about picking up an iPad Pro, then now is definitely the time to do it. Now finally, to wrap things up, if you aren't so interested in investing in the Magic Keyboard, which does cost a hefty price tag, then a good alternative is just going to be a simple Bluetooth mouse. This right here is the Logitech MX Master 3, and the great thing about this mouse is that I can seamlessly switch between my devices all by pressing this button. So technically, since you don't need a keyboard to utilize the cursor, you can actually pair a Bluetooth mouse and still get that same functionalities. This is going to be a little bit more of an expensive option. However, there are more affordable options out there, which I definitely recommend you guys to check out. Justin has a Logitech MX Master 2S. Justin, is this a MX Master 2S?
Yeah.
All right, so this right here is the Logitech MX Master 2S. This is the MX Master 3. So definitely recommend checking this option out as well. It's a lot smaller and more compact. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy these accessories for the iPad Pro as a student, especially with back to school right around the corner. These are definitely going to be well worth the investment. As I mentioned before, the iPad as a standalone device is really great and you can accomplish a lot of cool things. However, when you start adding accessories, it really rounds out the entire experience and is able to unlock the full potential of this device, because it's honestly been a beast and I have been super happy picking it up. And definitely moving into the semester, there's going to be more and more use for me as a student to just pick this up on the daily and know that I can accomplish anything I need to with the simplicity of the iPad. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like down below. Don't forget to check out Paperlike, which will be linked in the description down below. If you already have the Apple Pencil and the iPad, then this is going to be the third piece of that trifecta to really get the most out of your devices. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, don't stress, finesse. Peace.